Welcome to No Man's Sky, everybody. ElanPaul here, and as expected, the Worlds 2 has dropped. Worlds Part 2 has dropped. That means we're going to start a whole new playthrough series. We're going to start from scratch. We're going to start with a whole new save, brand new, and we're going to walk through this all the way through. Now, this time, I'm going to do it in a different mode. I'm going to try something different here. Let's see. It has been a while since I have played. See, I do everything in normal mode. We all do everything in normal mode. There's also relaxed mode, custom mode. We can do permadeath, blah, 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 blah. Why don't we do this one in survival mode? So we're going to do Worlds Part 2 in survival mode. We're not going to change any of the settings in regards to survival mode. It will be open, and we're not going to cheat. No cheating, no glitching, no duplicating anything. We're going to do this by the book all the way. And so we're going to get started today with this new run-through, and let me get it started here. We're just going to hit survival, and I'll rename it at some point. I'll remember to rename it, but we're going to go ahead and get it going, and this will be a new playthrough series. It'll come out every single Wednesday, hopefully without fail, but we'll see what happens. But it'll be right after my, you'll probably be seeing this about the, let me think here, second week in February, probably around there. So when you're going to first see this first episode. So we're getting started now. So, as we float through the stars, everything loads up faster. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but with the way they've packed the game up now, it loads up much quicker now. I'd have to wait twice as long normally to get started. So we're going to go with this. It's going to be complete story mode. So I'm going to be reading everything and acting out some of the parts a little bit, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so here we go. Let's see where we're starting this time. Cold. It's one of my favorite types of planets. I like the cold planets better than any of the rest, to be honest with you. So we're not doing a no starter ship challenge here. This is going to be a playthrough. We're going through the story mode. We're going to find the ship and do all the things it asks us to do. So who knows what kind of system, but with all the new world updates, I mean, look at some of the formations we're seeing on the ground here already. These ice pillars and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Who knows what we're going to find, right? Who knows what we're going to find? The classic starter multi-tool that we all want to get rid of. Alright. So here we are, starting off fresh on a planet called Ribe. It is first contact, so no one's ever been to this system before. That happens more often than you might think. Looks like my survival protection is getting a little low. So the first thing we want to do is we need to find a cave or some sodium. Scan. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Nope, can't do that. I need ferrite dust and I need to fix it. So it'll try to keep it for me. Let me go ahead and get this rock over here. So your regular rocks have ferrite dust. You're going to run across, you do need carbon, get that too. But your regular rocks have regular ferrite dust. Go ahead and grab them. We can't scan them or do anything more, but we need as much ferrite dust as we can. As you can see on the bottom right, it is telling us how much we've got so far. That doesn't always happen, but in this case it does. Alright, so we got 47. We're up to over 50 now. There we go. Should be a couple rocks over here. Good. And that should be it. There we go. Got 75 right on the money. So we can fix our scanner in here. Okay, good deal. Now, if you got questions, people, go ahead and put it into the comment section, okay? So you can leave a comment. You got a question about what I'm doing, by all means. So it looks like we have to hit the scan button. Now we're going to look for sodium. We've got a few plants around us, so that's good. Let's just go to these over here. You got a jetpack here. That is called a thrust jump, where you go to thrust with your elbow and you use your jetpack at the same time, and it boosts you forward a little quicker. It's pretty easy to do. If you're using a keyboard, I know how to do it, but if you're using a controller, it's up to you. So now we got some sodium, so we're going to go ahead and go into our X menu, hit the charge, select it. Yay, we're all charged up. Not really. I'd say it's not quite nearly enough sodium to get what we want. Okay, there's some more sodium right here. I'll grab some of that now. Okay, we're heading that way. I'm going to put some more sodium in. Good deal. I'm going to keep that going for a little while. I'm going to pick up these plants too. They're oxygen. You do need oxygen to survive, obviously. There's also these whippersnapper plants is what I call them. Go ahead and shoot them and they'll give you more oxygen. Okay, there you go. Continuing on. And I'm not gathering as many resources right now. We will get more resources later. And maybe even in between episodes, I'll gather up some more resources so we can have some. I promise not to cheat. Okay, I'm going to put more in. We had a little bit more. Whoops, whoops, watch out for the caves. Sometimes they open up. But caves are a good thing. Caves are a good thing. You can get out of the elements. Watch. There we go. Let's do that for just a couple moments. We'll stay right here and let our temperature recover. As you can see, it's crawling back up a little bit at a time. Decent cave. Caves are a bit different now too. They can vary greatly in size and depth and everything like that, and what they have in them. So we're gonna really enjoy that as well. Okay, we're almost fully charged. Now I'm gonna go ahead and leave. It's good. Take the extra few seconds. There you go. Now let's go ahead and exit. Very nice. Very nice. Let's grab a little bit more sodium on the way, because it's always good to have extra. Lots of animals floating around this planet. But we should be safe for now. Okay, we see things are around on here. I don't know if we can pick this one up if we get near it. No, unfortunately not. That's good buried technology. It's good to grab that when you can. Go through all the canisters here. It's just a little recommendation. You don't really need living slime. We'll get to that another time. And we got nanites from that one. That's good. Nanite's a form of currency in the game. It's a secondary currency is what I call it. Get your rusted metal. Rusted metal is handy early game. Go ahead and grab it because you can turn it into ferrite later on at a 1 to 2 ratio, actually. We got a dihydrogen jelly. That's very, very handy to get that. We got some dihydrogen from that. And what else did we get? Condensed carbon. Also a very good resource. We'll check the final bin. And that gave us regular carbon. Good. We needed that. This is we can try to access that, but we need a special type of Atlas pass in order to get that. So, all right. So we got all the resources from here. Let's go ahead and hit the iteration. You notice it says 2394 on it. 2394 is an iteration number you're going to see all the time, and it's telling you that 2311-87661T was deleted. There was a boundary separation failure that happened. And now you are iteration 2394, blah, 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 down the rest of that number there. So, Vessel 16 emptied, cause Sentinel intervention, deliberate transfer. That means that the Sentinels intervened, and you were deliberately, trying to think of the right word, you were deliberately stopped, if you will, and you were reborn as this new iteration, okay? Analysis, fresh iteration generated, hence what I just said, anomaly containment prepared. So it's preparing for an anomaly containment in case something happens by you being alive. So we're going to broadcast. I would leave normally and say that we were against it, but we're going to go ahead and broadcast. Broadcast received, traveler anomaly detected. Anomaly is compliant, position logged, system integrity scan initialized. Okay, so we're done. You'll notice we've got some oxygen plants here, so let's go ahead and pick them up. Notice it's giving us direction at the bottom right corner. It's telling us to go to investigate the crashed ship. Let's go ahead and do so. After we picked up our oxygen, right? So all we have to do is get inside. Radiant Pillar BC1. Everybody gets one of these. Alright, so you're the iteration. There's your number, 4924. On the very end there is the very important part of it, 4924G. Okay? Online. Atlas connection intermittent. As to be expected, you're not going to always have a good connection with the Atlas computer. Launch thrusters, offline. Pulse engine, offline. And here we go, starting of the story. I find myself alone on a strange world, unequipped and in danger. I have no memory of how I got here, no sense of a before. But this ship at least seems to recognize me. The controls react to my touch, or at least to that of my exosuit. I am not dead yet, and this ship is a lifeline out to the stars. Read the log. Log 4925, there's that number again. A. Available. Substituting data. Exosuit. Connected. Suggestion. Pilot should perform maintenance. Select desired repair path. Repair ship systems. Self-guided repair protocols initiated. Okay. So it's telling me that my pulse engine's critically damaged, requiring a hermetic seal, which has a nice new look to it as well. The icon there on the left. Metal plating. Okay. Launch thruster critically damaged. Press E to exit. So we're going to hit the E button. That'll kick us out of the ship. And we're now fully charged again, because we stayed in there for a while reading. So here's our guidance alert. We're going to repair our pulse engine using metal plating. So we right-click. Collect ferrite dust. We need at least 50. So we're going to go look around for ferrite dust. More rocks, right? Got plenty of rocks over here. Let's go ahead and get these guys. Now, if you keep your laser going for an extended period, you'll notice on the top right it heats up, but you'll also notice it's getting faster and faster at picking up the rocks. So obviously, the best thing to do is not allow it to overheat, but try to keep it hot. I know. There's a lot of jokes in there. Cut it out, all of you. All right. Now, even though it only requires 50, just keep going. You're going to need a bunch of it. Get a couple hundred of it if you can, please. Because trust me, you will be running through ferrite dust like crazy. For all the things you have to build and make and repair and everything like that, ferrite dust is very important. And since there happens to be a ton of rocks here, grab it. Now these plants, whoops, don't hit the animal. Don't want to piss him off. Too early game to be messing with that. I'm going to get as much of the carbon as I can. So you see it says the weapon is depleted. So to recharge that, you go to your charge state right here. And you see mining beam, and you use carbon. That's the reason why I was gathering so much of it. So I'm going to use that carbon. I'm going to start with the condensed carbon first, but it's not going to give us a full charge. So I'm going to use the rest of the carbon here. And then I'm going to gather more, because those plants are obviously pretty juicy, right? They got a good amount of carbon in them. So I'm going to grab those. Get a little more of the rocks as well. So like I said, I wasn't going to gather too many resources, but in this case, I'm going to go ahead and gather them. That one animal just keeps wanting to wander around right in front of my laser beam. Hey, I'm mining here. Okay, moving on. Okay, see how quickly it picked all those things up? Once it's nice, once the beam on it is nice and hot, what do you get from that? Oh, you get ferrite dust from those too, huh? You get more? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. They give you about 20. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not bad. That's all right. All right, I think we got enough. What do you think? Oh, look at my hazard protection. Quick, get back in your ship if you don't have anything around. All right, we'll let that recharge. Now, let's take a look and see how many resources we gathered, okay? So we got the 68 metal. I'm going to put that down here along with that. 277. We can carry 500 in each of these, so that's good. It looks like we got a little extra, so that's great. I'm going to drop that in my multi-tool, though, just so I get it out of the way. Takes up one less space. Dihydrogen is something we're going to need later. We'll hang on to that. It makes, obviously, dihydrogen jellies, and we need those. And we got a little bit of sodium. Decent amount of oxygen. You use oxygen to do a great many things. One of them is to recharge your life support. So I'm going to use a little bit there. And you see our hazard protection is climbing up now that we're in the ship. So it's telling us that we need to make a metal plate. So if you click on one of your inventory slots here, you can make it at a 50 ferrite. There you go. So we got our metal plate. And we need to fix our engine. So you go to the engine portion over here, the pulse engine. You click on it and you can select the metal plate. Okay, so we got one thing fixed. It's going to kick us out. There it goes. It doesn't do that normally. It does that only in the story mode, so keep that in mind. So it's 4924G, functional. Starship critically damaged, vital ingredients missing, unable to synthesize required components. Pulse engine requires hermetic seal. Request assistance. Recommendation, iteration comparison reveals hermetic seal nearby. Salvage planetary chart from distress beacon cache. Okay, so we need to repair the pulse engine again. We need a hermetic seal. So let's go ahead and exit this. We're fully charged again, and we're going to go and hit up the distress beacon, and it should have what we need. Up here inside the beacon's housing, as well as its distress broadcast unit, it contains a planetary chart. So we're going to take that. And if we go in our inventory and select said planetary chart, it'll do a pullback for us. And it'll direct us where we need to go. This gives you a good bird's eye view of the surrounding area too. So sometimes you can see buildings, but not always. Depends upon the terrain. There we go. So that's where we're headed. It looks like it is 939 units away. Something I want to try real quick. In your settings menu, you can go to first person view. I'm going to set it to a hotkey, and I want to try something real quick. This particular item underground, I want to see if I can pick it up. Sometimes you can pick it up in first person. Nope, doesn't work. Okay, and I don't prefer to play in first person, so I prefer second person, if you will. I'm going to get a little bit more ferrite. Now, something's going to happen. You finally have gotten to the point of the run that you have to be prepared for the worst. So basically, you're on a cold planet. It's currently negative 64.5 degrees, and guess what's about to happen? You're about to experience your first storm on a planet like this. So unless you find a paradise planet, and by the way, hit these things up when you find them, these caches and stuff. Always find good things. There we go. Pick up things as you go and as you go along the way, man, because you need it. Now, the red crystals here are called condensed carbon. They are 3 times more efficient than regular carbon. And there's your storm I was talking about, right? So we're going to have to watch the temperature on the left-hand side. You're going to notice it's going to start dropping soon. And we do another scan. We're going to look for more sodium. Sodium is going to be our friend right now. Pick up as much sodium as you can get because you're going to need it on the way there. Okay, there's a couple more over here. We'll grab it. Ooh, we got lucky. Multiple plants. Excellent. See our temperature's dropping real fast right now? And I'm going to grab these real quick before we go. Alright, let's head over there. Negative 130. See, it's still going. Let's get to that building quick. Use your sodium before you get damaged, okay? It's the whole reason why you got it. Try to use your jetpack as much as you can, too. Get there as quickly as you can. Whoop. There we go. Got a little sodium from that plant there, too. The building is pretty far, right? 300? Yeah. Oof, quite the storm. Alright, we're going to use another one. That should be our last charge. We only have a little bit left. But the building should be right here. There it is. Alright. You don't have to go into the same building if you don't want to. Wow, our run rate really drops fast. You don't have to run into the same building it's telling you to, but it's usually a good idea. Alright, let's go inside. Just go deep inside so that it starts going the other way. Now, these buildings tend to recharge you faster than your ship will, so keep that in mind. Hang out for a couple moments to get fully charged until the storm dissipates. Alright, let's hit the Holo Archive. Accessing Archive. 6 of 7 logs corrupted. Entry 4924A follows. Interesting, isn't that the same number we just had? No one making this recording in case leaving behind in the fabricator might be of some use. Visor damage, can't find ship. Recover supplies. The log finishes and the machine whirs to life, spitting out supplies. I have the hermetic seal. I need to repair my ship. Whoever it was that led me here, whoever left this message, perhaps they found themselves in the same situation as I do now? Yeah, I wonder who that was. Okay, moving on. Now, even though there's a storm raging, go to the other one. Check it out. Oh, the storm's clearing. Just make sure there's nothing in here you can use. I don't see anything except a chair I can sit in. Alright, it looks like the storm is over. So let's go ahead and hit this unit real quick. More metal. At one point, we're going to stop gathering up the metal because it just becomes useless to us, but it becomes too much. Alright, we got some more of that. And I don't think we can reach this thing either, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Can't reach it. It's real handy to get. So we need to use F. Oh, we need an analysis visor. Okay. We need to make a carbon nanotube, so let's do that. So we're going to install it first. Analysis visor. But we require a carbon nanotube. To do that, we got to go to our exosuit where we can make things. Make it out of carbon. There you go, see? Right there. Go back here, add it in. We now have an analysis visor. And you use that to look for your ship. And now you can look at other things too. So where was our ship? Our ship, I think, was over here. Here it is. And we got it highlighted. If you hold down your E button, you can highlight something. So that's good. Let me grab those since we're right here. Now notice the storm is gone. Don't worry about the ships. They're just there for effect. To make it look cool. There we go. Grab some more of that. That's always a handy thing to get. So I'm going to get it. I'm going to get a little bit of ferrite dust. Now keep in mind, even though the storm is over, it doesn't mean it can't return. So, do another scan. Prepare yourself. And get some more. Because even though the ship is a little further away, right there, we're going to pick up sodium on the way. So we've depleted all of our sodium. Oh, looks like we got a couple others here. Good. Grab some oxygen. Let's see. Look through. Our scanner's recharged. We're going to go ahead and scan again. Alright, we got a few plants over here. Ooh, there's a patch of them over there. Let's go ahead and grab those. A big patch. That's excellent. Definitely worth the side trip for it. Very good, very good, very good. Grab as much of it as you can. We're about to use some of it too. Now we're going to show you another way to keep yourself charged, if you will. Let's go ahead and use it. You got 140 now. Well, we got down to 110, but we'll pick up some more on the way. I see a plant right over there, actually. Now, speaking of plants, plants on this planet can also help you. Yep, another one coming, right? Plants on this planet can also help you. Some of the plants that grow here, not these ones that give you carbon, but there are other plants. There we go. And now we're going to head back. There we go. That condensed carbon, man, I didn't realize there was going to be so much on this planet. That's really handy. Let's use our jetpack a little bit more while we run. Looking around. Yeah, my run juice is about running out. I always call that run juice on the bottom right. And you notice our health is also going down. The more you run, the more it uses up. Let's grab that thing out of there. Handy, but, you know, it's also handy to get rid of. Because I call them whippersnappers, is what I call them. Okay, so we're going to use some oxygen for that, okay? We've got plenty, but we do need more. Yep, run juice ran out again. There we go. Grab some from over here. Ship's right there, so we're almost there. Oh, another cache of supplies. Let's grab it. ADHD's dream, right? Yeah, like I said, we're going to hold off on this rusted metal soon. Okay, got some dihydrogen out of that. There we go. And we got that cave. Looks familiar, doesn't it? Alright, and we're not going to recharge again. I think we're okay to make it back to our ship, don't you? Now, don't let the broken machinery over there with the flames coming out fool you. It's empty. You've cleared it out. Don't worry. Okay, let's get in our ship. There we go. Now we're going to recharge what was sitting in here. Repair the pulse engine. Go back in your inventory. It's already there. We're going to go ahead and drop the hermetic seal in. Okay? Okay, so one down. Okay, what's next? Launch thrusters critically damaged. So we need a dihydrogen jelly. Normally you would have had to gather up 40 dihydrogen. Those are the blue crystals on the ground. But we accidentally found one in one of the canisters that we were running past. So we already got one. So it's going to tell you to repair launch thrusters with dihydrogen jelly. So we can just do that right now. We don't have to wait. Okay, got it. Now let's just wait for everything to catch up here for a second. It's going quicker than I expected. Okay. Press E to exit. So let's go ahead and exit our ship. Looks like we need to make ourselves a refiner. Okay, so we have to make some advanced metals here. Or rocks, if you will. So we have to craft a metal plate, it says. So let's do that. We have plenty of ferrite. And then we can deploy the refiner. So we hit the Z button. There's our refiner. Requires 30 oxygen and that one metal plate. So we have enough oxygen right now. Go into your refiner. It requires fuel. So when you select that, it can take either or. Now, if you put condensed carbon in, again, a 3-to-1 ratio, so it's a really good find. When you pick up the refiner again, any extra fuel left over will turn back into regular carbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like half of this in here. I hit the C button to do that. And it wants us to do this right now and turn it into 50. I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you what happens here. Put 250 maximum in, and it's going to give you, it says 250, but you notice it says a 1-to-2 ratio. Yeah, it's going to actually, half of this is going to turn into 250 dust. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. And while we're waiting, I'm going to look around for, which way was that building at? Was it over there? When did I do that? Okay, I don't remember doing that. Or did we go that way? Don't remember now. I was going to go head for that cave that we keep passing, but I don't remember which direction it was in. Was it over here? I think it was. I want to say it was. Now, another thing you can do with your visor is it'll tell you can do this later, is you can start scanning animals. I'm going to hold off doing that right now. I'm going to stick strictly to the storyline, and we'll just go by that. So I want that thing to keep burning through it, so I'm going to wait just a couple extra moments. And we're going to jump in the ship for now. I'm going to recharge, and then we're going to go look for that cave that I found. I think there's a plant right in front of me, so that's one of the plants I picked up on the way. So maybe it was that one. That's the direction I think I came from, south, if I remember correctly. Chilly out there. Negative 70 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. That's pretty chilly. There we go. And before we go, so we can keep the refiner moving along, we're going to go into the refiner. We're going to pick up the ferrite dust it has so far and let it keep going. So that it can keep starting over again. We should probably put more carbon in now that I think about it, or else it's going to run out. Yeah. So let's put the rest of this in. Let's charge it up to full, because this is going to take a while. Alright, so I'm going to head this way. Is that a plant that I've already harvested? It is not. So there's no cave I was looking for is not over here. But is there a different cave? There is. If you look and you see a subterranean anything, that's a cave. So this looks like a cave right in front of me. Let's go ahead and head in there for a second. Did we pick those up? Yeah, we did? Okay. So this is the direction I came from. So let's jump in here real quick. See, these are the subterranean things that pointed out. And what I'm looking for in here is I'm looking for the stalagmites and stalactites here. See, they have cobalt on them. So we're going to go ahead and take that. So what I recommend early game is go ahead and grab a bunch of this. You can grab as much as you want because it's a handy mineral to have in your inventory. It's used for a great many recipes and things. So getting as much as you want is up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get as much as I can. Occasionally they'll drop geodes, that's correct. And when you open the geode, it could give you more cobalt or give you its supplement, the ionized cobalt. The upgraded version, if you will. Ionized cobalt is also handy for certain items and certain recipes, but the cobalt is your lifesaver at this point. So gather as much as you can. I want at least 100 of it. I probably already have that much. And in conjunction with ferrite dust, it turns into something called a battery. And you can recharge your hazard protection with those batteries. Now, the game doesn't tell you how to do that. It's one of the mechanics you would learn on the way. Or watching videos like this. Alright, I think we got plenty. What do you think? Let's check. 250, huh? Yeah, I got a little bit of ionized cobalt out of that. So I'm going to make a battery now. Make a battery. It's right here, ion battery. 10 cobalt, 5 ferrite dust. I'm going to make 10 of them to start with, just so I've got them. Okay? And let's go ahead and head back. Because we're probably not going to need much more here just now. And for the ferrite dust we just used, we'll gather a little bit more while we're walking back to our ship. Smart move, eh? Let's get that plant. Always use more oxygen. Rust boost. And where's our... Just give it a second. It's going to repopulate. There we go. Don't let that scare you. That happens on occasion. 90%. Let's drop the rest of our metal in and take the ferrite dust that's in here out. Okay. And looks like it's going to make 188 now. Okay, so let's let this cook, if you will. We're not going to grab any more rusted metal because we should have more than enough to get us by. Let's take a look. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. See? Got plenty of it. It's flashing right now because it really, really wants us to make that pure ferrite, but I'm doing a little side quest, if you will, to get this taken care of. Now, you can move things in your inventory, not only here by picking them up and putting them down, but you can move things in your upper inventory as well. If you hit the E button, it says Move Technology on your keyboard, and you can move that someplace else. See? I like to spread these things out in case I get upgrades. Starship, same thing. I'm not a big fan of the rocket launcher. I'll show you how it works in a little bit, but I'm not a big fan, and I'll show you why later. I love to put my pulse engine here and my landing gear over here. My launch thrusters, I should say, over here. Actually, separating them out a little bit gives you access to slots next to them, so you can boost them a little bit. There we go. Not a lot of room in this guy, but, you know, is what it is. Your analysis visor doesn't get any boosts at all, so putting it somewhere that you can, that doesn't care whether you get it, what do you call it, an upgrade next to it is not important. So stick it in a corner. Let's go ahead and charge you back up, shall we? There we go. Alright, we should be fully charged ourselves, and that should be just about finished. No, it's nowhere near. I'm sorry, I know this takes a while, guys. We're gonna get 70 more. We're almost there. We're almost there. It's probably running low on fuel, too, now that I think about it. How much we got now? Look at that. Good amount of ferrite there. We got a good amount of carbon. I'm very pleased with that. I do wish I had a little bit more. Let's go ahead and grab a couple more plants worth. Let me just see what's in here. Yeah, we're going to need to recharge it. We don't need as much. Let me just take about half of it. And let's get some more carbon from somewhere. Oh, I think that was an animal. My bad. Sorry, bud. Didn't mean to hit you. Let's see. I don't see any of those plants floating around. I don't know. I think about it. Okay, we'll get them on the next planet. Oh, there's a few over there. Even the smallest of plants can have a decent amount of carbon in them. Just saying. Alright, is this guy done? Looks like he is. Alright, we're all set there. I'm going to put this back in here, and we're going to make some pure ferrite. I don't need 70. I only need 50, so if I hit the left arrow, I can bring that down a little ways. And then start it. 12 seconds later, we'll have it. Now, a little trick here, what you can do, too, if you exit this, wait for it to turn green, wait for the percentage as you're highlighting it, go up to 100%. Once it turns green, it's ready, and you can go into it and pick up the inventory, or you can just pick up your refiner. See, it says pick up. You can hold down the center mouse button. You'll get your carbon, you'll get your pure ferrite, and your regular ferrite. So you get all your ingredients back out of it again. Let's get in our ship and repair it. Ferrite dust complete. There we go. See? Looks good, doesn't it? What's it going to tell us to do? Launch systems online, all systems functional. Seek answers among the stars. Hit the W to take off. Now, again, first person. I prefer to fly in third person, so I'm going to set that to a hotkey. When I'm fighting a battle in space in my ship, I do like to be in first person, but third person otherwise, especially when I'm looking around, because I like to see all the terrain around me as I'm flying over stuff. So here it is in all its glory. Your Radiant Pillar BC is up and running. Let's get out to the stars, shall we? And should be exiting the atmosphere any second. I think we might already. Now, there used to be a hesitation in exiting the atmosphere. Now there's not. It just goes straight out. Pretty cool. All right. We're the first contact in this system. So here we go. We're going to test our ship system. It says to test flight controls and thrust with W. So let's do that. We're just holding the W down now. Okay. Just keep it held down for a little while you're out in here. There we go. And it'll give you a 1. Then it says to test the boost, left shift button. You go a little faster, that's 2. And now you need to test the pulse engine. And before we do, I'm going to go back to first person, take a look and see what planets we've got. So if you get centered on a planet like this, if you're far enough out, ooh, a couple other ships. Let's get a little further out. I was going to use the pulse drive, but I'm going to hold off for just a minute. There we go. You can check out a planet by scanning it. Okay, we got a low atmo planet, so no oxygen. That is a really handy planet to find things on. We may be utilizing that. We got lucky with that. Here's this ball here. It has an ocean on it, as you can see. It's desolate. It's got cactus flesh and stuff like that on it. Copper. Pyrite is very handy. Both copper and pyrite are both good elements to have. Ooh, wait a minute. I see another thing here. There is a moon right there. I thought it was a rock in space, but that's a moon. There we go. I could just get it. An endless morass. Nice. We got Fecium on that moon. This might be a good place, this system, to create our first base, too. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, what's this thing here? Looks like it also has some water. Ooh, salvageable scrap. That's money. That's money all the way, folks. You got sodium in large quantities there. Actual deposits of it, not just plants. So that's good. That's good. Cactus flesh as well. Now we got our planet right behind us. Doesn't look like there's anything on the other side of it. And then we're back over here, I think, right? Same place? Okay. And if you see that diamond there in the middle of our screen at the bottom there, the red radar, that is just space station. There's a space station right in here someplace. But we're not being directed to go there yet. Now, what planet do we want to do our work on? Do we want to do it on the low atmo? I think we should do it on this planet. I think that would be the best one to do it on. So as we test out our pulse drive, I think we should head there for now. So you see, test Starship Systems 3 of 3, all achieved. Let's just keep going until it pulls us out. We have an incoming message, right? I'm going to get that message here in just a moment. So I'm kind of playing the game a little bit. In other words, I'm playing it. Playing it for a fool, so to speak. I want to get in the atmosphere of this planet first before I answer the message. Because I'm trying to get it directed so we use this planet. When you hear the chime, that's it. That means you've entered the atmosphere. Top left corner, it tells you that. So now we're within the atmosphere of this planet. Kind of cool looking. Let's hold up a little bit and answer our message. Communicator. Incoming transmission. Source 4925B. Please identify yourself. I'm going to identify myself. Last time I just listened, so we're going to identify ourselves. You are not alone. Follow the The broadcast ends as strangely as it began. The final piece of the signal appears to be a set of planetary coordinates. Input coordinate data. Hopefully it gives it to us on this planet. I'm trying to play it, but maybe it'll play me. I don't know. Over here. Approximately 1 hour away. It looks like it's on this planet. Okay, good. So now, to get there quicker, rather than taking 10 minutes to get there, even with our maximum speed, we're going to go into space. And if you highlight it, get right in the center, and turn on your pulse drive, you'll lock in on the signal. It will take you around the planet to it. So now, it only takes me about 20 seconds to get there. Pretty cool. Okay, so you notice our speed on the top at the left is at 260, 250, 240, 220. That has to do with the atmosphere. It takes that into consideration. So you go slower with atmospheric insert like this. Alright, we're going to slow down. I'm going to go back into third person. And we're going to come to a slow down right here. Now, normally I know what to do here, but it's telling us to land and search. So we're going to land anywhere we can. There we go, and we're going to look for it. Oh, look, sodium. Oh, look, a snapper plant. Oh, look, a sentinel plant just popped up. So that over there indicates that a sentinel is nearby. Sentinels are protective of the area that you're in. So if you try to shoot a plant, for instance, if I try to shoot this thing now, you might antagonize the sentinel. Yep, see? He turned red, he's investigating, because he wants to know what just happened. He's going to come over here and take a look at you. Just leave him alone. Yep, the red dot's gone. He's done. Okay. So just be careful. If you antagonize him too much, he calls in his friends. Alright. Now, if you look through here, you notice you have two modes down there, 1 and 3. 1 is your analysis mode that you're normally in, and 3 is a target. If you're locked in on something that you're supposed to be looking for, it'll tell you where to find it. So it looks like it may be heading this way. It says it's about 215, 216 away, so I'm thinking it's right here. If you go too far to one direction, see? The other? There you go. So that's probably where we're going, I'm guessing. Okay, let's go ahead and head up there. We could take the ship, but the launch thrusters need fuel, and we don't have any. So we have one more launch available to us, so we're going to take the chance that we are not going to use it. You notice my temperature here is cold. Okay, this is a barren place. Think about it like a desert. Okay, we've got, you know, cacti and everything like that. Keep in mind, ooh, we got animals that don't like us too much. Use your laser, you can take them out. But if they attack you, they will kill you. And you'll get something from them. You'll get something called mordite, and you'll get whatever the animal has in its repertoire. In this case, feline liver, so it's related to the cat family of some sort. Alright, it looks like we're here, and you see the red icon just showed up. Alright, let's hit the unit, and another sentinel's showing up here. If you want to use your battery at this point, you can. Use one battery before it gets below 20. Let's check out what the machinery has to say. The sparking wires of the machine generate a signal, tapping out its broadcast into the void. Whoever left the message is long gone. Decipher the signal. Decoding 161616. Entry 4925. C. No fuel in psst, failed to reach station. Hazard protection low. No choice but to psst, underground. Psst, deployed base computer. As well as the log entry, the signal contains plans for a base computer and a terrain manipulator. With any luck, the base computer will hold more information about whoever is leaving these messages. Extract the plans. Okay, so we got a base computer as our newest item that we can drop on the ground and we can create a base, right? And then the second one is terrain manipulator, which is something you put in your multi-tool. It helps you dig, basically. It does other things too, but the terrain manipulator has its main function as digging. Alright, so select terrain manipulator in the mission log. So if we hit the escape button, go to our log, select terrain manipulator. Requires dihydrogen jelly and carbon nanotubes. Okay? So if you want to, what you can do is you can go into your multi-tool and you can install it. I'm going to do that, even though you don't have the required materials. I need 2 carbon nanotubes and a dihydrogen jelly. Now if I go back in my inventory, you know we gathered up all that carbon earlier. I can now make 1, 2 of those. It requires 50 each to make those. And now we can repair that. Now we just need a dihydrogen jelly. It requires 40 dihydrogen. We've got 12. So we're going to start heading back to our ship. But as we do so, we're going to do a scan. We're going to look for anything that has an H, like that. See? There we go. Got a little bit of dihydrogen out of that. I got some sodium over there. I see some behind me. Let's keep going towards the ship, though, because I'd rather be near the ship in case we get attacked again and in case we want to recharge ourselves. Try not to drop from too great a height. You will hurt yourself. Oh, got some down there. Now, again, the sentinels will protect, okay? So they don't like you to get everything if you can manage it. Yep, more hazardous flora. I can usually get these guys from a distance, but these guys are a little bit testy. Alright, here we go. We got some carbon here if we want it. Let's go ahead and grab it while we're here. We're going to have to use another battery on our hazard protection, though. Alright, let's gather up these crystals, shall we? More carbon, I'm not going to do that. Okay, let's go ahead and drop another battery in, shall we? And let's get these crystals. It says we need 40. I'm going to get more. I've already got the 40 required. Because it's one of those things, it's like you can never have too much dihydrogen at this point. It's handy for a great many things. I think that's all of it over here that I can see. So let's go ahead and head back to the ship. Some of the hills are a little too steep to climb, so you have to use your jetpack. Okay, so we're back. Let's go ahead in here, and we're going to make a dihydrogen jelly. There we go. Leaving us with 35. Let's go to our multi-tool. We're Repaired. We now have a terrain manipulator. There you go. Terrain manipulators are very handy, let me tell you. This is kind of a nice planet. I know that it's cold right now. Let me see what time of day is it. If you look at the top right, it tells us it's 1:30 in the morning. It may get warmer during the day. So I'm going to get in my ship and recharge. You also notice my health is a little bit low. So we're going to have to use some of our oxygen. It says to gather something. Gather what? Gather copper. Alright, so let's take a look around. So if you look through your analysis visor again, it'll show you that copper's nearby. You got 700 units away over there. That's magnetized. That's 400. That's pretty close, and it's close by another one that's also about 400. The others are also pretty close. That's too far. And you are at 566. Looks like we got a building up there too. I think we were up there. I don't know. I'll check that out later. Let's go to the copper deposit, shall we? So we're going to be using our life support real quick. Let's go ahead and put some oxygen in and scan for more stuff. We do need to... Oops, that's our terrain manipulator. That's what happens. It'll destroy everything around it, so be careful. There we go. Good. Now, there are other hazardous plants here, if you'll notice, by the way. Oh, I missed this. Usually at night, your light will come on. I have mine toggled so that I can turn it off and on my own. Let's go ahead and drop another battery in. And as we head up here, these are the plants I'm talking about. You'll find plants on planets that can give you benefits. Like this one gives us 10% hazard protection. So we can get 50% to our hazard protection when it drops. So I'll hang on to it for now. You do that when you're doing a lot of traversing by foot on places. And you'll be doing that quite often on many, many different planets. And once we get this part taken care of and we drop a base computer down, we are going to call this episode complete, and we'll pick it up in the second episode. Go. Those things give oxygen, the hazardous plants do, so pick it up when you can. Now this copper deposit, you can see it looks interesting. It is an awful deposit. It should all be this color. It isn't. So let's switch over to our manipulator. I'm going to go... You have three different modes. You have this one that digs a hole. You can make it smaller and larger between the R and the T button. So T makes it bigger, R makes it smaller. In this case, I normally go small, but I'm going to go medium because this deposit stinks. So I'm just going to get rid of it real quick. You see, we only got a few copper out of it. That kind of sucked. Where's that other one at? There's another one nearby, isn't there? 678, 592. There it is, 131. That's the one I was looking for. Let's head over there. Yep, another animal wanting to eat me. We can get away from it quick enough. There we go. We don't have to worry about it. Ah, see, that's what the deposit should look like. So I'm going to make it a smaller aperture, and we'll pick up more copper from this. We need a bunch. The more the merrier right now. You need a lot of it going forward into your game. So get as much as you can. Now hopefully the daytime temperatures will be better. I'm hoping they'll be warmer, and we won't have to worry about the cold protection at that point. Of course, when we make a base and we start building a building, we should be in good shape. Let's put another battery in. Go. Again, we have resources to make more, so I'm not too worried about running low on batteries right now. Now you notice that your terrain manipulator does use up its own charge. You charge this up with silicate powder. See that silicate powder we keep picking up every time we hit the rocks themselves? Yeah, that can be used for fuel for this. It is not the most efficient fuel, but it is easily ready and readily available to you, so it becomes the cheapest fuel for it. So by all means, pick up a bunch of it. You can only carry 500 at a time. Oh, it's become day. If you look at the time at the top right, as soon as it gets to 5 a.m. any place, that's what happens. Oops, hello. Wow, he's just an angry guy, isn't he? Woof. Okay, we got rid of him. They can hurt. Even in survival mode, it's not really worth it. That wasn't too big of an aperture there. Even in survival mode, they can hurt quite a bit and take most of your life away. And if it kills you, you're going to have to start from your ship and work your way back to your grave to pick up all the items you dropped. It's not fun. This isn't permadeath, so, you know, the game doesn't just erase your save and you got to start over, but it's a pain in the neck. I'd rather not try to die if it's avoidable. Wow, there's quite a deposit here, actually. It goes pretty deep. It's a little sketchy down below. Let's make a ledge down here for me, shall we? I want to take a look. There. Oh, we got another animal. There you go. He'll be coming down in a minute. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. Here we go. Got him. But now he's going to be in the way. Alright, let's gather some of this up. Because I want to gather up as much of this copper as I can since I got a good deposit here. I don't like to take out the animals. I want to be clear about that, guys. It's not fun, even in a game, to do that. It just seems to be cruel, but it is what it is. Alright, so we ended up with nearly 500 copper. That's a really good find. Let's get out of this. I'm going to turn off my light while I'm here. Alright. Do we have another deposit nearby? Because I would like to get... Well, you know what? I think I'll skip it. Ooh, what's that? Ancient data structures. Those are handy. Sac venom. Stay away from them. They will kill you. I have ended many a permadeath run because of that. Alright, let's go back to our ship, which is over here. And that's a common thing for me, by the way. I always say things like, hey, anyone see my ship? Happens all the time. Another animal. I'm going to try to just get away from this guy. I don't think I need him. Ooh, you know what? I just realized something. Get the carbon from this? Because I think it has a secondary item. There's the carbon. Sticky honey, I was right. Ha ha ha. Good to know, good to know. Wondering about that. Oop, careful, careful. If you're on a steep slope and you don't have enough jetpack juice, you're gonna die. You will slide down the slope and most likely kill yourself. There are things you can get and upgrades you can get for your jetpack that will help later on. So, alright. Chromatic metal. Deploy your refiner. Can't put it too close to your ship, though. Put some of that carbon in there. Drop your copper in. You do need copper later on, so you don't have to do it all, but I'm going to do the 125 it's asking us to do right now. We don't need all of it, but we do need some of it, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Teaching you one more thing here, guys. Is my light still on? No. Okay, good. I can teach you one more thing. Through your visor, look for animals. Like, for instance, we got these flying things up here, right? Scan them. It'll tell you a little something about it. You get a little credits for it as well. But it's also going to tell you at the bottom right that it's one of 9 species on the planet. Why is that important? Well, keep looking for more animals, and I'll show you why. There's one. There we go. So we got 2 animals. One of those guys, I think he's over the hill there. I can't quite see him. Thought there was a bunch floating around over here, but I don't see them now. Let's go seek a couple out. Because I think we're going to be taking out... It's a decent temperature on this planet, too. Night gets cold. That's not bad. I can handle these temperatures. That's not bad at all. So as far as the first planet's concerned, I can handle it. So there's 2. Okay. 3. That's our third planet. Third planet. I can't believe I said that. Third animal. Okay. So why? Why are we scanning these? Well, if we go into the discovery menu, you click on fauna, it'll tell you that you found 3. And if you can get them all, you get a bonus of 2,250 nanites. That's really, really worth it. 3 more are on the ground, probably 2 of them that have been attacking me, and 3 more underwater. So let's go ahead and check that out. Let's see if we can find the rest while we're making chromatic metal. Chromatic metal is probably done by now, but this is worth the exercise, if you will. Is that... Okay, no. looking through the visor as we walk. There's one. It'll also tell you if it's a killer. Nope, he just likes eating cactuses. So the last two... Oh, what do you know? Is this the place I came earlier? Yes, it is. You know that terrain manipulator we've got? If I can switch over to it. There we go. You can now dig these things up. There we go. And they're very handy. Get as many as you can. You're going to need them. You can also hit this up. It'll give you a save point and give you 10 more nanites, as well as something called the navigation beacon. I think beacon, is that it? Navigation data? Navigation data, pardon me. That's a health unit. I'm not going to get the rusted metal anymore. I think we've got enough. And dihydrogen jelly. There we go. So let's go ahead and scan some more animals. We have 2 more land-based animals, and you know these guys like to attack me and eat me, but for some reason they're not showing up right now. Oh, there's one. He's over the hill. He's probably one of the attackers. I'm going to switch over to my mining beam real quick, just in case. There he is. Hi, buddy. Hi. Just move out of the way. And then shoot him. Okay. We haven't scanned him yet either, so there was 2 animals here that like to eat me. Wow. Okay, he's gone too. Alright, thank heavens. Woof. Like I said, I really don't like getting them. But you do need, like, the feline livers you're getting out of this, right here, are actually worth a pretty decent amount of money. Plus, they can also bring your health up. So if you get your plus signs start to drop, you can use those to eat to get your health back up. So you remember this here? Let's see here. Hazard protection is doing really well. That gives us 20% life support. So if I eat that, look at that. I don't have to use my oxygen. Isn't that great? Alright, let's head back to my ship. There we go. Ouch. See, I dropped too hard there. So you got to be careful of that. Sometimes you can damage things in your inventory as well. Alright, there we go. So we got our chromatic metal. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I'm going to keep the rest of the copper for now. And, oh, looks like we got a dihydrogen jelly out of one of those things. That's cool. I'm going to move this down here. And our inventory's filling up really quick. So you remember that silicate powder? You can drop it in here just like that, charge it up. It used up quite a bit, but still, we got plenty to recharge it later. I'm going to go back to mining beam for now, though. Alright, so we're good to go. We're going to get in the ship for protection purposes. Multi-tool. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, this is for our... Does it tell us? Space computer? Alright, how is the starship doing as far as our launch fuel is concerned? I think... No, it won't let us take off, huh? Alright. So we got to make something called launch fuel since we don't have any. We can do it in our starship. Launch fuel, as you can see here, starship launch fuel is made with 1 metal plate and 40 dihydrogen. We have enough to make 1. So I'm going to make 1 right now. See, if I try to make another one, it's going to tell me you don't have enough dihydrogen. So, alright, let's drop it in. Fully charged. We can now take off with the ship. So I'm going to look for something special now. Okay, I'm going to look for some place to land that has a building. So if we scan, you see these building icons. Check them out, see what they are. They might be worth your while to stay there. Okay, that's a beacon is what that is. Okay? You can tell by looking at it. We're going to keep scanning and keep looking. Anything that's close to the water, 90% of the time is going to end up being something silly, like a little campsite or a shelter. That's a drop pod. It's worth the time to do this. Can we make what we can make? I don't know. Wait a second. Hold on. Can I make the things I need? I cannot. Don't even bother with it then. You need something called an antimatter capsule, and I cannot make that right. Okay, I'm going to keep scanning. That sucks too, because those drop pods are handy. What that drop pod does is it gives you an extra inventory space. So, the scanner on your ship charges a lot faster than the one on your person. If your one on your person is charging while you get into your ship, it will still be charging and you won't be able to use the one in your ship until it fully charges. Okay, we're heading east at the moment. Another building. What we're going to do... Ooh, 2 buildings. Hold on, what's this? That is handy. Okay, you see the little green thing or bluish thing to the right? It's going to turn green. That means you can land there now. we got a couple different things here. This is called a landing pad. So basically, when you launch, it doesn't use any launch fuel. So, excellent. It gives you a boost on its own. This is not an abandoned building. That's great. Let's check out the sub-buildings real quick, and we're going to make a camp here for now. We're going to stop here, and we'll make our base in the next episode. More nanites. Good deal. Anything in here? Nope. The other one might have some extra nanites, though. Let's check it out. Yeah, see this thing here? Yeah, you can extract nanites from it anytime you see one. This is also a first aid kit, so if you've dropped a heart, you can grab it there. Got a sentinel out there scanning stuff. Alright, and there should be, right by our ship, the beacon. I don't see it, though. Is it in the hill, maybe? Could be in the hill. I don't see it over here. Sometimes when these things form, they get into the hills like this. Put on the biggest aperture setting and take a look. What you could do is I can hit this twice and I can flatten the terrain. It'll pick up a lot of silicate powder. But it helps us to see where the beacon is for this place, but I don't see it anywhere. There's a building we just uncovered. Alright, not seeing it. I don't know what happened here. Is it over here, maybe? Maybe I missed it completely? Nope, I don't see it. Alright, well, no big deal. Speaking of which, you notice it picked up a lot of silicate powder. I'm going to dump all of this. I don't really need it. We'll pick some more up as we need it when we go along. Alright, let's go inside. Pick up things from the capsules, of course. There was a door over here. There we go. Okay, inside we go. Sometimes there's a person floating around in here. You can talk to them, and sometimes they'll give you stuff. Always check out everything in here. This gives us a positive bonus towards the whoever the creatures are that are here, the current people. We get some more nanites from there. This is for credits. It'll give you usually anywhere from like 500 to 1,500 credits or so, and that's pretty much it. These encrypted navigation data will give you just that. It'll usually give you navigation data. Sometimes it gives you nanites like that. So what's this? This is a Viking transmission tower. Let's check it out. Long ago, it seems, an automated distress call went unanswered. If I can crack the encryption pattern, I could potentially extract the coordinates. The problem is, right now, this is bugged out, and it usually gives you a mathematical equation to figure out. You know, and it shows you like a pattern. Like, it'll say like 6, and then 24, and then another number, and another number. And what you do is you try to figure out what the pattern is, and then it gives you and you can figure out the answer. The answer to this one is always 720. I happen to know this. I've been playing it for so long. So we're going to go ahead and select it. Unfortunately, this is broken, and hopefully in the next couple days, this will be patched up. There we go. And a distress signal has been detected. The reason I'm doing this is because it may lead to a nice ship. A crashed one, like ours, and probably some broken areas inside the ship, but either way, it'll give us something. And it's worth finding. It's about an hour away on foot, so we can take our ship there and check it out when we get a chance. Alright, so now that we have that, we're done. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here and call it what it is that we are completed at the moment, and we'll pick up where we left off. So I want to thank you all for watching this first episode of our playthrough, survival playthrough of No Man's Sky from the beginning. We're going to go through everything in these episodes. It's probably going to take a great long time, especially at 1 hour apiece. So guys, thank you again for watching. Appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next episode. Let me get my signature wave in here. There it is. I'm going to set it to 8. There we go. Take care, everybody. Thank you again for watching.